You've got two interesting meeting names. The second one ends in POX.
Oh.
I think Cheryl is gone for some reason.
Well, Bill is with us. Or maybe Cheryl's in Bill's connection.
No, she was separate there for a while.
Tell me, are anybody hearing themselves come back through my speakers?
No, but I could mute mine so that.
Well, Paul, you're not a problem yet. I just haven't put any headsets on, and I want to make sure nobody's having to listen to themselves. I hope I've got it set up so that
everything's fine on my side.
Awesome. Well, I hope other people will make their way to our meeting. I just wanted to mention, if my folks make it to the meeting, yesterday was Mom's 80th birthday.
Which?
What's that?
80 which? What's
It's Mom's 80th birthday. She turns 80. She turned 80 yesterday. Now Judy's gone. Where'd everybody go? I'm gonna start streaming.
See you later. There's Judy.
There's Judy. Judy's back. Well, this is the San Carlos Computer Club, as organized as ever and agendaless. I'm Scott Stimson from International Computer Solutions, and we're off to a rocky start for some reason. Our typical meet code. So I have a process when I'm getting ready for the meeting where I'm like setting up layouts and I'm testing meets to make sure it works. And every time I shut down the meeting, I'll start it up and then I'll shut it down, start it up and then shut it down. And I was doing that this morning, and I shut it down. There's two options on the meet. You can either shut it down for myself, like I'm leaving the meet, or shut it down for everybody, like the meet is gone for everybody. And I always use for everybody because I know I'm the only one in the meet, and I'm just testing, and I don't want it to count towards our hour before it says, hey, you got to switch meet codes. And so I was doing that this morning exactly the same way I always do. And right as we're about to start the meet, it tells me that this meet's already been shut down. And it won't let me back in it. Whereas I'm the host of the meet, and I've always been able to get back into it. This time when I approach it, it says, this meeting has ended. This meeting has ended. So that's what prompted me to say, let's just use the second meet code and send out another email making people aware of that. And so we're waiting for people to catch up with us now, I think. How has everybody's week been? Paul, anything exciting happening?
Well, we're going to have our house not painted, but coated with some everlasting color coat. So, guys coming today to measure the house.
Is it new paint, or is it something on top of the old paint?
It's going to be a plastic coat.
And that has a color, a finish, like it's not reliant on what's already on your house?
No, it'll look like paint. We have stucco, so it'll have a rough coat.
Oh. And is it white? Will it be?
The new color is going to be blue.
Oh.
The color now is white.
Will it be one of these new insulation type paints, reflection of the sun, keeping down the temperatures in your house?
It supposedly affects the insulation quality of the coating. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
And we just had installed HVAC unit in the attic. That was the week before. It seems to work really nice.
Well, you are ready for the climate changes.
Yeah, that's right.
Morning, Chester. We're just getting rolling. Sorry for the confusion.
Oh, no problem.
I was telling the folks here that I had Google changed something. Like, just to sum it up, if you're really interested, it's on YouTube. You can go back and listen to it. But basically, Google changed something this morning that disrupted the flow of how we have a meeting. So, as usual, I did bring a document and sent it out to you guys this morning. I'm a little late. I'm sorry.
Does that include the meetings at, does that include the meetings at Internet Cafe? Well, I've been to almost all of them, including back to the cafe.
Second meat code in it, so it would be very obvious where to go. But I guess we should start on some topics. Judy sent me a topic about Colorado's first AI regulation, first in the nation.
Scott, there's feedback.
Who's it coming from?
I'll mute.
Thank you, Paul. We'll find out if that's the same thing as before.
The article I sent was that Colorado is the first state to have an AI law getting ready to be enacted.
Scratching the surface. Oh, here comes Jim. Let's get him into our meeting. Good morning, Jim. Sorry for the confusion. In any of these circumstances, it has to give you a reason why. So it feels like the kind of law that we need as we're going forward, at least in my opinion. I do feel like it makes a lot of sense. It scratches the surface of AI regulation. One of the things that this comes to, one of the one of the things that I think about is that AI hasn't proven to be a good tool in any of these circumstances. It's had so many near misses or near hits that it's impressed a lot of people. But some of this stuff needs much more accuracy to be effective. To give you an example, I was looking when Judy sent me this article. I thought, well, I wonder if AI will get it right if I ask it how many states have AI regulation. And either something Google has done to Gemini or Gemini itself just being an AI, it could not get out of a pattern of informing me that no federal regulation has been set yet. It had no knowledge of Colorado's, in this respect, it had no knowledge of Colorado's new law. This is Google's AI, so you would hope it would be up to date with the latest findings on Google News. This was May 24th, so I think that's given it enough time to know it's out there. So when I asked it for what states have laws in AI regulation, it didn't come up with any states, not Colorado as being announced the very first one, or any other state that's proposing laws. And I thought that was very odd that its consistent answer was there is no federal regulation, though it's being looked at the moment. With that theme in mind, I went out looking on the internet using just classic Google News search and found that New Hampshire has 4 AI laws out there that's going through their system. And I started reading through it and felt like it was a oh wow, that is the wrong view right there. That doesn't look right. That happened. I started going through what the 4 laws are covering, and I thought, wow, this is a very decent overview of the kinds of places that we should be looking for regulation. And so I example of where we're going to be going in the future with this stuff. I only brought one other article with me this morning. I apologize. I've just been so occupied with the bed and breakfast. And it's really just kind of a poking fun at LastPass. Yeah, Bill, go ahead. We heard dead air. We still hear dead air. I mean, we actually hear audio coming through, but there's nothing on it. Oh, we just heard a microphone bump. Maybe your audio source is not set correctly. There's Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. You're muted. Now you're not. You can't hear a thing you're saying. Even though you're not muted, you have no audio. Now we have dead air coming through. Are they hooked to Bill's hearing aids? Oh, I didn't mean to drive him off. Does anybody have any questions or comments other than Bill? Bill?
I do.
Yeah, Judy, go ahead.
Mexico has its first woman president and first Jewish president. I think that's very interesting for Mexico.
Yeah, that is exciting. Well, and the general consensus I've got, it was the right woman for president. We actually had two running.
Yes, but this one is AMLO's, Obrador's same party. So
the Moreno party, yes.
And it was a landslide victory from the numbers I saw.
Yeah, that is a populist party, and absolutely, she is the president of the people now. That's pretty amazing.
But on a computer kind of topic, I was trying to get into opinionsonora.com.
Okay.
And several browsers told me it was not a secure site. Leave.
Oh, that's interesting. Hey,
I thought so.
Let me try that right this moment.
I tried Chrome and I tried Safari. Mm-hmm. That's one of the news that I normally read along with Radar Sonora. Uh-huh. You got it. Okay, hold on. Mine comes up and it says, this is on Firefox. Warning, opinionsonora.com appears to be risky. This might be because it is new or may not have the latest security. I think I'm on Firefox. Let me look and see. Yes, I am. I get the same thing on Safari. Yes, and then on Safari, I get, this connection is not private. The website may be impersonating Opinion Sonora to steal your personal or financial. You should go back to the previous page. Right. How do I do that? Mm-hmm. .com, right? And I see opinionsonora.com. It says media communication in Sonora. That's it. There's no more. Mm-mm. And if I click on that link, I get the not private. Exactly. And it's on my Safari, Firefox, and Chrome. iPad. No, no. CenturyLink. No, I'm in Colorado Springs. It's CenturyLink and it's fiber optic.
Do you have to clear your history or something? Maybe, or put,
Uh-huh. Well, see, I've always had Opinion Sonora, and it was in Google Chrome because that's how I opened it, because it was a much easier way to translate through Chrome. Well, I'm not either. I'm not on any version. Now I can get onto Radar Sonora is just fine. And Radar Sonora is fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Right, that's what it said.
When you started talking about this, I immediately brought it up to check their certificate. I was expecting it to say something like it was just reissued and that your
Mm-hmm.
problem would have gone away, but your problem's persistent. It's Can anybody else bring up opinions Sonora without issue? I'm going to stick this link copy in our chat so we're all using the same address.
Okay, now I went to Opinion Sonora through a different kind of a link through the police tab,
Okay.
and it opens just fine.
So, okay, so what I would suggest is going on is that you have a link, maybe even an old link to some
Mm-hmm.
asset on Opinion Sonora, and that particular direction doesn't recognize the encryption.
And see, this comes up as opinion-sonora.com.
Oh my gosh, that should be considered completely different.
Yeah. Even though on the police tab, I get
No, this
armed.
is completely different. Opinion Sonora. Look at,
No,
I've got the,
opinion-sonora.com.
so here, I'll put it on.
Okay, and then
Okay, I just tried it on my iPhone and I got into Opinion Sonora and then I tried to go into the menu to translate. And I got, your system is heavily damaged by 2 viruses. We detected your Apple phone is 28% damaged. If you do not remove the virus now, and then it says, open this app, and it says something about recent adult sites. I'm calling bullshit. Sorry.
yeah.
So quit telling me to go to things. In
I see the 2 different, because when I do opinion dash, I get the little deer died. I don't know either.
It went to indolent observer or something. I don't know. It went to a bunch of different things. I've now closed it down and
Good.
I'll just leave that alone.
Yeah. And I'm closing mine down as well because I don't know what the deal is, but it's totally different. Mhm.
Site owner will contract with Cloudflare to guarantee the easy access to their website no matter where you are on the internet. And they do that by maintaining servers that are close to you geographically. Just like Netflix has servers in Telmex's network specifically for Telmex customers, Cloudflare has servers in data centers close to their customers, and then it repeats that data on those servers to make it easier to access in those areas. I'm suspecting because of this.
Right. And they also have a Facebook page. I was just going to go on that and see. Yeah, on the Facebook page, they're showing videos about Hermosillo and strange lights in the sky at Miramar. So my way that I'm going to deal with this is I'm not going to open Opinion Sonora for a while.
It might be that a Cloudflare update is a perfect opportunity for a hacking bot to take advantage of a changeover like that. It could be that it could cache the old site and add crap to it and convince you that it's safe to use when it's not.
Or convince you to go to their site so they can remove all the viruses that you have on your compromised iPhone.
Yeah, that's the crap I was referring to. Is that if Cloudflare, like maybe what that represents. Where are you right now, Cheryl? You're in Canada, right?
Yep.
So maybe near you, that Cloudflare server has gotten compromised. Or at the very least, their hosting of Opinion Sonora has gotten compromised. Probably, and I'm still speculating. I have no background. I'm just thinking this out loud. If they did do an update, it would require the website to be changed, the number of pages. It might open a hole, an opportunity for a hacking program to get into the website. It may be in its best interest that you think you're at the exact same website as before, so you don't get suspicious. And it's sticking stuff in that website. And it has since, it looks to me like the last article on this version of the website was late May, like the last week in May. So that would have given it a week of time to compromise people until they figured out the news is not updating. If you follow what I mean.
So I switched onto my iPad and I seem to have a microphone that works now.
All right.
Not sure what's going on with Billy's, but when we were talking about the AI, and you talked about Colorado said that an AI, could render a decision and then it would have to give you the reason why it made the decision.
Yep.
Is that coming from the same AI, the reason why, or is there some human oversight? And then adding to that, on the New Hampshire one, I went down to the bottom and the last one had one of 4 bullets was about human oversight. Any decision before it was published or any rendering of information that AI creates must be seen by a human before it's sent out.
I that's great. That's awesome. That's the way it should be, right? What you were talking about, your first one, the having to tell why. You can imagine that these AIs are pointing out. Let's take for example, reviewing resumes. So it will have, if it's good AI, it's been trained on thousands and thousands of resumes, and those resumes have been correlated with people that got jobs and long careers, right? I suspect a lot of this probably happened across LinkedIn, but there are websites out there that have had resume job opportunities, job listings for over 20 years, trying to help people find jobs. So you can imagine that they've got data points on how effective people's resumes have been, and employers have data points on how effective employees have been from the resumes they got. So the idea would be that you could feed it a resume, it would use that prior knowledge and pop out, like say 100 resumes, you've got 5 to go interview. So I imagine this law as needing, if you got a don't show up for interview 2, it had to come with, and you knew because of the other part of this law is we're reviewing things with AI. Like if you're using it, you're supposed to disclose it. So you disclose we're using AI to review your resumes. And then you get a rejection. You don't come back for interview 2. I imagine it's because of this, and it's whatever the AI has put in front of a human to say this isn't the right person.
Well, Yeah, so we have people in our group that have hired people before. They've looked at resumes and things like that. How comfortable are people with letting that the criteria in the AI decide people's futures?
Certainly, certainly. I think I was trying to make that point. I don't think our AIs have gotten. We're like 89% of the way to the mark, but that last like 11% is so critical in some of these areas that it just doesn't matter. It's like 89% is magical, right? It blows people's minds, and you come up with all these ideas of what if and what the future will bring. But that last 11% is so unattainable and so intrinsic to some of these decisions. I think you're right to be concerned about that. At the same time, what's amazing about not having that 11%, and that's a number I've made up in my head. That's not an actual number, so don't quote me on that, because I don't have a place I pulled that from except my butt. But but that's how it feels. It feels like we're 89% of the way there for accuracy. And if you're not getting that extra 11%, then why would you delegate any of these tasks to AI? And I guess my point would be, it scares the hell out of people to see the 89. They think we're so close, and then to see the inaccuracies caused by the 11%. That they think they get this feeling of security. I like all this shakeup because since when have we proactively thought about these things? Like, no, nobody is going to use this AI to choose resumes, or they are, and they're going to have to disclose that this is the decision making they've been doing, because there could be people could get rejected from a home loan or an apartment application. Well, given wherever we are in society, if we're letting AI make that rejection, it seems very appropriate that you have a reason why AI rejected your application. And here we are we're putting that legislation in place now in terms of AI continuing to grow and be used. We're not talking about whether it's a good tool or not. We're saying if you're going to use this as a tool, this is what our community expects from your behavior. I think it's a good thing. I think what you're saying is absolutely accurate. But I think it's a good thing that we're proactively thinking about how to rein in the use of this kind of behavior, if you follow my thinking.
Yeah, I think if that human oversight is in the law, that's a very good way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they need to create an atmosphere where people can go ahead and try and use this stuff, as accurate as it is. You've heard a lot of my stories where I've had some experiences that just blew my mind how effective and quickly and useful the way I had used this AI tool to help me was. But then we've had plenty of other experiences, just like my one this morning, trying to get it to just say no states have passed any AI legislation, or to be aware of Colorado's new AI. And that just kind of feels suspicious. It's like, this is the best you can give me? You are an AI. You are Google's AI. Shouldn't you have like a ridiculous amount of information to share with me when I ask a question like this? And instead you've got like a form letter, like there was a button pushed going, just spit this out if anybody's asking. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. We don't want to we don't want to gin up anybody right now. Just feels that way.
So speaking of AI, Facebook Messenger, I think even Facebook on different devices has, instead of their search engine where I would go to find people or find profiles, or I'm going to write a message in Messenger, I usually would type their name up at the top. But now it says Ask Meta AI or search. And when it gives me the option of both, I get Meta, looking up phone numbers, or it looks like you put in a number. Could you please tell me what it, like it's terrible in WhatsApp, Messenger, and on Facebook profile, like on the main wall. I can't seem to search for what I want to without AI giving me all kinds of stupid answers.
I haven't identified that directly. I've seen that there's been WhatsApp changes, and I haven't spent much time on Facebook recently. But that's very interesting. Google is supposed to have set it so that the AI is not on by default because they'd had such fallout from people, and that you have to go and turn it on yourself if you're going to use it. I suspect that's the next change to Facebook to happen.
Well, and it seems like it's on my phone where the screen is smaller or whatever, that it has the same space is Ask Meta or Search. And on the other ones, if I have Search, I just have Search, and AI's kind of over here. They're two different places. They're separated. But on the iPhone, they seem to be together.
Where do you get these messages? Like, you're on, so are you talking specifically in WhatsApp or in Facebook? Or both?
Go to Facebook Messenger.
Well, okay, I'm in Facebook Messenger. I have a search at the top.
Oh, I have an Ask Meta AI or Search in the same
Oh,
space.
interesting.
Yeah.
Let me see. Where's some settings? Sorry. Now in accounts. Whoa. Hello? Siri just turned itself on for some reason. Gotta try that again. That was weird. It's settings. Oh no, it was now. Okay.
Yeah, if I touch the little round circle beside the Ask Meta AI or Search, another screen opens, and it has Ask Meta AI anything, and it's now listening to me, so it's probably going to do something. But anyways.
Wow, I wonder if it's being rolled out slowly to people.
My Facebook page Messenger on my iPad does not have that.
Right. I think my iPad doesn't either. I think it's only on my phone that I've.
I just found a reference to it in the Messenger Help Center.
Okay.
But I don't have it on my phone where it says it could be. This feature is not currently available to everyone on every platform. For the most up-to-date experience, make sure to install the latest version of the app. So I think this is what's going on. I think they're just choosing randomly who to install this feature to first. They're watching the data as it's being collected, and they're rolling it out when it's appropriate. Which is a very common way for features to go out, especially new ones, when we don't have a good feel for how they're going to affect the platform or people's devices.
And I may have updated my Facebook on my iPad and not on the phone, or vice versa. The app itself, because I do use the app for Messenger.
You don't use Messenger?
I don't use a browser for my Facebook or my Messenger.
But you don't use the Messenger app? You use the Facebook app for that? Or do you have both installed?
I have Messenger app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, it sounds like something that we should be paying attention to. I don't seem to have it available to me, but I would suspect that it'll be something that you will be able to turn off soon. And then after people have had such a bad experience with it, everybody will find it turned off to begin with the option to turn it on.
And see, I can't even find my Messenger app anymore. I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
I may have deleted it because it ticks me off. So I just...
Yeah, on my phone, it's either swipe down or across or something. I go to the app library and I type things in, and it finds it for me. But then I can't find where it found it. You know what I mean? Like, I have my watch hooked to my...
There it is.
but I cannot find the icon anywhere. So I have to search for it every single time.
Can you see that?
Yeah,
See,
but
mine doesn't have that.
doesn't have it yet. So it's search with Meta. Is that the language? I'm just putting a note in here.
It says, just a minute, I'll open it up again. I closed it.
Oh yeah, show us what yours looks like.
Show me yours. If you
Yeah.
show me mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The girls are showing it. Okay. Oh, I can't really read it.
Ask Meta AI
Or
or
search.
search.
If I ask
Oh,
them.
wow.
And you see that little blue circling
Uh-huh.
thing? If I touch it, that blue circle goes to another screen and it's got suggestions of what I can ask and all kinds of things. So,
Hmm. But you can just type in what your search is normally.
no, if I type in somebody's name, I
Mhm.
get, see, one of my messages streams down here is from Meta. Here are some restaurants in the,
Hmm.
if I was looking for somebody specific on Facebook, it comes up in a messenger. I'm sorry, but I couldn't find any information about the Facebook page for so-and-so's restaurant. Well, you can try searching on Facebook. And it gives me these great big huge things. Like I think, just let me search. Don't tell me how to search. With Llama 3, Meta AI with Llama, LLAMA 3. So I have no idea who that is, but they're under my messages. If I want to get a hold of a person in Messenger, what I've discovered is I go to the writing, like the little pen, so that if I hit there, then
You create a new blank message.
yes.
That's
So
what
what I've
that
got
is.
is a new message, and then I can type in the person's name there, and it goes to it. That's the only way I can search through people on my Messenger.
That's interesting. No, and it's just not an option on the version I'm using or Judy's using.
And I just did an update not too long ago.
And I don't know if you can see, but down on the bottom there, it's got another AI.
Oh, it's got another
place.
search. Yeah, in place
Yeah.
of groups.
Hmm.
No, in
Yeah,
place of people. It's called
It's
people.
got
In place
chats,
of people.
Meta AI, and
Wow.
It's
and
just
stories.
a change.
anyways.
And I just have chats and stories down at the bottom.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And I've got chats, stories, and people, if you're curious.
Oh, I used to have just chat and stories. You're over a bit, but
I don't know if they can be seen.
yeah, you got people in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
And no AI search.
No.
I'm
No
on
wonder
it.
it's hard when somebody is not familiar with Facebook or hates to use it because of I push things and things happen. That's kind of my brother-in-law and a friend in San Carlos. I can't use that thing. I won't use it. And it's because they get so frustrated by these different things. I'll tell them what it looks like on my screen. It doesn't look like that on my screen. I can't find that, and
Right.
so when there's these different things and you're trying to help somebody,
And you said the same thing
able to help
on
anybody over the age of 50.
and you said that WhatsApp was the same for you?
I think it was WhatsApp. Let me think. Oh yeah.
I don't have an AI on WhatsApp.
Ask Meta AI or search. It's the same friggin' thing.
Oh, I do. I see that up at the top now. So if I click on that,
How'd you get it turned on?
well, I didn't. I just noticed it was up there and it's a little kind of a blue with
Mhm.
some kind of a symbol in the middle. And if I type in a name like, it goes to a name up there. It doesn't go to a meta search.
Well, now I want it. How do you do it?
I don't know.
It just shows up, and when I touch it, it goes, "Is there live?"
So I'm on WhatsApp and under chats.
Oh, you're in WhatsApp finding this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me try
It's
that.
not on, I don't use Messenger. I don't like it. I rarely even look at it. So
Well,
if any of you are messaging me through Messenger, know that I may never look at it.
You know what, Judy? It is the best video calling thing we've found. It's better than Facebook.
I can't see what
FaceTime.
you're showing us.
It's
this
better than
is the
FaceTime.
top of WhatsApp. It says search. I don't see anything that says AI on it.
Wow, mine said it under chats, and then it says ask Meta AI or search.
No, nothing like that.
It must be either iOS or our apps or something's upgraded.
I think it's being rolled out individually. It's being rolled out in chunks.
Why the heck did they give it to me? Because I don't like it.
Well, I've got it on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
back to Judy. Messenger video and Messenger audio are so clear, and we've hardly had any problems with them. Zoom calls, Google Meet calls, anything else that I've tried, even FaceTime sometimes doesn't work.
Huh.
But Messenger video, I really like it. And WhatsApp Messenger, I video calls too. I
Yeah.
have a friend that only
Yeah.
uses WhatsApp, and which is owned by and everything Meta.
Right.
So I don't know the difference between WhatsApp and Messenger, except that Messenger, maybe you have to have a Facebook account. But I have friends that do not have a Facebook wall, but they have Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
they don't
because
go
your messenger can be based on your phone number.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
No,
yeah. They
WhatsApp.
is based on your phone number as well. It's something that WhatsApp originated, and when Facebook upgraded their messenger to be a standalone app, they made the same kind of feature possible. So
Well, and I've discovered that you can make I can use my WhatsApp on my girlfriend used it on her computer.
Mhm.
And I have found I can use it on my iPad because I share the telephone number with it. Like there's no SIM card or anything in my iPad.
Right.
But phone device is hooked to it. So I can make calls and I can use WhatsApp Messenger on my iPad.
That's right. Yeah, because you can install a WhatsApp Messenger that will include phone calls and video calls. You can install that in your desktop computer and then associate that equipment with your phone's WhatsApp. Typically a QR code that you would snap a photo of, and it would give you access to it.
And it's called Messenger for WhatsApp is the one that I installed. Messenger for WhatsApp.
There should be a uniquely genuine WhatsApp Messenger. I'm not sure about whether it's called that or not. I haven't installed a Messenger client other than the one I use is with the Opera browser on my desktop.
Oh.
One comes with the Opera browser. You just have to turn it on, but it's part of that sidebar. In fact, I could show it to you. I'm on my Macintosh, so it may not be authorized because I use it on the Windows computer, but it's...
Oh. That must be what
I just find that it's really hard to use on my iPad because I always have to authorize it with that QR code from my phone. I can't just go directly to WhatsApp.
Okay, maybe then this app that I've downloaded is called Messenger for WhatsApp, and I don't have a QR card, and it syncs. Only when I open it does it sync back and get all my other messages.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it's called what again?
Messenger. Yeah.
Messenger for WhatsApp.
Yeah. Its little icon looks like a green messenger, but it has like 5 dots in the middle as opposed to just a check mark or a phone. Connect to WhatsApp. Yeah, 4 dots in the middle of a speech balloon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Five out of 5. Yeah. I know. It's been on my computer for 1 month. So, it's been on my iPad for 1 month.
I think he's asking you, or he's suggesting that you delete it.
Oh, under a minute. Where are we? Okay.
Now, when I'm reading, oh, you're switching. But when I'm reading in the App Store, it's been a year now, 2 years for this messenger for WhatsApp with the 4 little bubbles in the middle.
And you see that in the iOS store?
Yes, the App Store.
And how many
On my
reviews
iPad.
does that have?
It's got 16,000. Oh,
Oh,
that's
good.
the ratings.
Oh,
No, that's the ratings.
well,
Jim was
that's what I'm talking about, is how many people have bothered to rate it. Messenger or WhatsApp. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. There's most definitely a difference between the version they're putting in the Mac store and the version they're putting in the iOS store. Because this one has 16,000 ratings. So that like the red flag I was seeing is a red flag for the desktop version of it, not the iOS version of it.
okay. Yeah, so this is on my iPad. So
Yeah.
it's iOS. So is the birthday girl from yesterday going to join us? She's.
I don't think so.
She finally accepted our friend request, and it kind of looked like Mom got reconnected, or maybe because she has a granddaughter right there. All of a sudden, your mom's on Facebook. So Bill and I both received messengers, and she really liked my little emojicon. And one of the questions her and I came up with for today, that's why I'm surprised she's not here.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you call those little animated things that look like us that are on Facebook?
I had that answer for her the other day, and now I'm forgetting. Yeah. But let me see. I would Google personalized emojis.
Emojicon or
emojis, and they tend to
avatars.
Avatar is a great word to throw in there. Avatar.
She came up with.
That's what it is. Memojis.
Memojis? Oh my goodness. Because we had animes and animations, and we were trying to come up with something, but memos?
Memoji. It's
Memoji.
Memoji. And that's what Apple calls the version that they support on iPhones and iPads.
Okay, so yesterday, was your mom's birthday yesterday? Yes, it was
Yes.
your mom's birthday. Bill went in to try and do an Memoji greeting to your mom, and my face was on his body. It was the strangest thing. And then he went in and he tried to recreate his Bitmoji or Memoji, and it was we went down a rabbit hole for a little while, like we had nothing else to do. so
I've never really explored much about it. It was not originally available anything like that on the Android platform because it came out of the Apple platform. And even after I got an iPhone, I think I played with it for just a half a second and then never went back to it. So I'm not sure what its availability is across the platform. I know that there are some things like I think WhatsApp has its own version of it. Your messengers can have their own version of such a thing, and consequently, such a thing has become a thing on Android as well. But I haven't explored any of it.
well, and there's another thing. When I get like the birthday greetings, I get announcements every morning of who's having a birthday today on Facebook, who my friends are that have birthdays. And on my phone, if I go into the birthday section, it offers my little Memoji and their Memoji, and I can make up little scenes with them. If I do it on my iPad, that option doesn't come up.
Right.
So it very strange, very strange.
Hey, is your iPad up to date like your iPhone?
You know what? I noticed that it says an update is available for my phone or for both systems. And I think one is automatic and the other one oh yeah, my phone has not been updated. And
So yeah, that would be the first thing that you would, how to update emojis on iPhone 11 steps. That would be the very first thing. Anytime I come across an issue like that, the first thing is to make sure they're both operating at the same version.
yeah,
Because you would expect the same behavior from the same versions. And so
17.51. Yeah, my automatic updates is off on my phone and it's on my iPad. Well, and the other thing that's come up is in photos on the iPad. I was just trying to do some editing and stuff, and I put my finger on one photo, and all of a sudden it did this funny thing, and it grabbed two people, and it said, make sticker. So I thought, oh, let's try this. So I made a sticker, and then it saved the sticker. So when I hit that little happy face, not only do I have Memojis, I have photos that have pieces taken out of them that I can then use in messages. Like, there's just too much stuff that I can do because I got my daughter in different soccer poses and my granddaughter in soccer poses and things and pulled them all out and photo just in my Apple Photos. Let me see if I can do it again. Oh, yeah, there it is. It does this little cloud thing. I just pulled a picture of myself, and then a little copy, add sticker, or share comes up with the guide with the cloud. Yeah. See how it's kind of hologrammed? Yeah. Yeah. And then it gives me choices of what I can. And this is something I've never done before, guys. It's we had a day with our middle grandson, and he wanted to go to an open house at the gun range. So Cheryl shot the handgun. I did 2 shots. I swore. My grandson has a video of grandma going just dropping the gun, and yeah, it's an experience. Made him laugh like crazy. Never thought he'd see his grandma hold a gun, let alone shoot it.
That's funny. Well,
So I got lost when you were telling me how you were doing this in photos because I don't seem to have that on my iPad.
so if you go into your photos and pick a photo where there's a subject in the foreground, you can tap and hold on that subject, and it will grab that subject. It'll cut it from the background. And then it'll also give you an option if you want to add it to your stickers. That's what Cheryl was talking about. So you could create a number of personalized stickers.
So does it have to be a person?
Well, no, I don't think so. It has to be a subject. Something that's like in the foreground.
Yes.
But I don't think it has to be a person.
So I'm looking. Oh, I get add sticker. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see it. It kind of made a little thing that looked like my eye was probably crazy. And okay. Interesting.
Cheryl, you're muted. We can't hear what you're saying.
Okay, so then it made after it's got the hologram thing and you add sticker, when you go to type in a message, or let me see if I can even do it in the chat room here, if it'll allow me to. No, it doesn't open up the happy face. And my stickers don't show up there. Okay, but usually what happens, the little happy face down the bottom, you open that up and anything that I've saved as a sticker is in there.
As we were talking, I created a new sticker of myself. See if I happy face stickers. That's my new sticker.
So what it really does is just like when you you could do that before, that you just had the one person and you blanked out the rest of it. That's what it does.
Yeah, it's using its own artificial intelligence, its own AI to determine what a background is and what the foreground is, and then cuts out the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the option to add it to stickers so that you can have it in your keyboard quickly, adding it to whatever messenger you might be using. But guys, we've got to start shutting this down. We've been an hour and a half, or almost an hour and a half. We're reaching an hour and a half. And I have run out of topic. Oh, actually, I got one more quick just topic. The last past topic, I just stuck it on there just to make fun of it. They are announcing encrypting URLs for the very first time. Because earlier, the reason they didn't was because they were saving the planet. It would use too much electricity. And now we have such performance that we can handle taking care of this privacy concern. It will start this month, even though we discovered that they weren't doing this last year. Maybe even 2 years ago now. When was it the last pass just blew up in our face? Was it 2 years ago? Feels like it was 2 years ago. But they Yeah, they are going to start this month encrypting UI. Anyway, I just want to mention that they're a little behind the ball right now. And if you're using LastPass, I recommend getting out of it into something else. Does anybody have recommendations or anything that they would like to add to our list for today?
I do. I was just kind of searching around the other day and I found a movie called The Family. Michelle Pfeiffer, I see Tommy Lee Jones is in there as an FBI agent. It's sort of like a tongue-in-cheek mafia type movie, but it's just they poke fun and they over dramatize, and
It's a family or
the family or the family.
Okay.
Watch for Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm trying to think, is it DeVito or Bill? Do you remember who it was?
You mean the guy?
Yeah.
Sure.
Tommy Lee Jones is in there, Michelle Pfeiffer, but then Michelle Pfeiffer's husband was
De Niro.
De Niro. There it is, De Niro. Yeah, it was a fun little hour and a half. So
It's a 2013.
could be, yeah. It wasn't very new or anything, but it was there. Yeah. And they got 2 kids, and I recommend, just if you're looking for something fluffy to watch. I also watched the Netflix miniseries A Man in Full, and it's a real jerk who thinks a lot of himself and all of the misfortunes in this poor guy, but it's kind of worth it. A Man in Full. Yeah, there's The Family. That's a good one. Yes. Yeah. It's a mini series type thing, or limited series or something. And then I think Bill's got his hand up.
Okay, I have got sucked into a series. I don't know if we've talked about it. It's the 3-body problem. Well, I ran
As
across
have I.
it. What's that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got pulled in from a post on Facebook somewhere, or maybe Twitter, and I started watching it. It started out kind of slow, but by the time I hit the end of the series for the year, the season, I'm hooked. And now I'm pissed off. I gotta wait.
Me too.
But by the time it comes around, when the second season comes around, I'll have forgotten all about the first one. I'll have lost the storyline. Yeah.
That is a major problem with good series. You know, when they wait a year and a half before the second season comes around, you've lost it.
Well, it's a similar problem. I used to read, science fiction or fantasy, and there'd be a series of books. And by the time I got going on the second one, I'd forgotten what happened in the first one. The worst one I ever ran across is Wheel of Time, that I don't even, that series is probably still going as far as I can figure out. But I have forgotten all the characters, whatever, and had to go back and read the first one again. Anyway,
Well, now you can get a summary online of
Yeah.
the book, and just to get yourself back up to date.
well, it's the first time I ran across something like that was my mom used to watch what was it? Young and Restless, and you could go into, I believe, TV Guide and see a synopsis of past seasons or past times. Anyway, she got me hooked in that one. I used to walk over and have lunch with my mom when Young and Restless was on at noon, and I worked right across the yard from her, and by the time 5 weeks, a month had gone by, 2 months, I knew the characters and I knew the storylines, and I could tell you what was going on. And the trouble is, it comes on right before this right now. It comes on right before the news program we watch in the evening, and I still recognize the characters. The storylines are kind of gone, but I recognize the characters. Anyway,
Truly a misfit youth.
yeah.
All right.
So young.
All right. Outside of Bill's recommendation for telenovelas from the United States, I have one recommendation: Godzilla -1.
Oh my.
This is the Japanese Godzilla film that was just released this year. It is very well done. There's a lot of background in it. There just happens to be a Godzilla in it. It's a real movie. It is totally
Is this
worth
a
watching.
recommendation? Oh, it is totally worth, because I have one that's not.
Yeah.
I started to watch Mother of the Bride, and oh my goodness, it was just terrible. There's probably been a lot of Mother of the Brides, but this is the new one, and it was so bad. I finally had to quit. You know?
The reason I think this is a good one is it's Japanese. It's produced in Japan. The visuals are very intriguing. They just it doesn't look like a stupid Godzilla movie. It just looks really well done. And then it's on Netflix now, and it's got English dubbing, so you can listen to it in English while watching what action there is. But there were times when we forgot we were watching a Godzilla movie because they spent so much time in character development. And it really, really was a well done movie. Yeah, Bill.
Did they have any of Raymond Burr cut into it?
Raymond Burr, no, none of that. No Hollywood, nothing. It is definitely a Japanese produced movie.
I have a small Godzilla story. When the first one came out, my brother and a couple of our friends went to the drive-in movie to watch this. It could have been the second one because it was pretty bad, and so we turned down the volume on the speaker and made up our own dialogue.
Yeah.
It was much better. And we weren't even stoned. It would have been way better if we were stoned.
All right, guys, I'm afraid I've got to go. I don't have any more time, but we'll meet again next Tuesday, and hopefully I'll be better prepared as well.
Yeah. Tech on, Scott.
Deck on.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
Tell Mom we missed her.
Adios. I will. Bye-bye.